Hi, Devika.
Hi, it's so good to see you this evening, Pallavi. Welcome.
Same here. Thank you so much.
Yes, we are very excited. We are already in place. We are live on YouTube. I will
Mhm.
just start the recording as well. So,
Okay.
our session is also being recorded now. So, just one thing that I've also written in the
Mhm.
chat box is students, please feel free to post your questions in the Q&A box below. Pallavi and I can take it towards the end of the session. And now, without any
Mhm.
further ado, the time is all yours. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Devika. Hi, guys. I am Pallavi Agarwal. I have been working with Atlantis for over 10 years now, and I work in the capacity of executive director. So, I will soon share my presentation. Before that, I would just like to give you a brief introduction about the company. I will also have my colleague, Mr. Gaurav Saraf, join in about 10 minutes. He is just caught up somewhere. And I am a 3D filmmaker and an educator by qualification. I have been traveling with students and working with them for more than 10 years now. I started my career when I was in second year of college. And so, moving on to the slides now, I will just share my screen.
Sure.
Give me 1 second. Oh, पता नहीं मेरा Hi guys, so I am back. Sincere apologies for the delay.
No problem.
Am I audible? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
My colleague Gaurav Saraf is also joined in. Gaurav, are you here? Gaurav? Is Gaurav Saraf here?
I'll just check. I think he
Yeah,
might.
he's here. Gaurav?
I think he might not be on the panel.
Yeah, probably.
I'll just check.
Mhm. No problem. So I will begin with what Atlantis is. He will join in shortly. Atlantis is a company that was founded in 2007, and ARSSDC, the competition that we are mainly to talk about, was started in 2004. So Atlantis was a pioneer, and its inception began into existence when we started hosting the Space Element Design Competition from 2004. And after 4 years of competition, there were a lot of other schools who started interrogating us about if we can have other students go to NASA and not just the participants from the competition. So we thought of doing a program at NASA and we started speaking to people. And then we found out that there was a robotics program at NASA's Johnson Space Center, Houston. And we started Atlantis, that's when, in 2007. So Space Settlement Design Competition. Our exclusive partners are Boeing, NASA, Space Trek. Space Trek is a program which is held at Kennedy Space Center. And then Pennsylvania Hub, which is a state government. We work with the state government in Pennsylvania, and we take students from all over India to Pennsylvania to visit the different universities and understand how admissions work in the US. Then Empire State Building and Universal Studios, because whenever a student visits to the US, they definitely wish to visit these two places, apart from Disney and other places. Next slide, please. Yes, Space Element Design Competition. We incorporated this competition at Asian level in 2004. Otherwise, this competition was started back in 1984 by two people named Anita Gale and Dick Edwards. They were the people who were working with Boeing, and they were the people responsible for the mission to Mars in back in 1970s, I believe. Am I right, Gaurav?
That's right.
Yeah. So they launched this competition in 1984, and until 2004, there were only participants from all over the US. In 2004, Mr. Abhishek Agarwal, who is the founder director of Atlantis, he wanted to participate in this competition, and his team became the first ever Indian team to get to NASA for the final round, and they became the first ever Indian team to win this competition. And after they won, Mr. Abhishek Agarwal did not want this journey to end there because he was not a school student anymore. He was a college student, and because only school students can participate this in competition, so he decided to host Asian regionals for students in Asia. And when he approached with this idea to Ms. Anita Gale and Mr. Richard Edwards, they saw the enthusiasm in this guy and they agreed to give him the Asian rights. And in 2004, after he won this competition in July, he hosted this competition again for the first time at Asian level in 2004 December. And we had teams from all over Malaysia, Thailand, China, Pakistan, and India. So we had 5 countries participate that year. And since then, the legacy has been carried forward, and this is the 17th year we are hosting this competition. This year's competition begins from December 5th to December 9th. Gaurav, would you want to talk more about the competition?
So yeah, I want to mention what exactly happens in the competition. So the competition is a mock aerospace company simulation for students, high school students in specific. How every government organization releases tender for any project they're working on. So there's a similar organization called the Foundation Society, which is sending out tenders or request for proposal, how it's called in the industry, sent to the students, and the students work on a proposal, a 40 pages document, which in which they describe the whole process of developing the whole settlement to incorporate humans in some other planet, that may be in Mars, that may be in Mercury, or an orbiting settlement. And yeah, so the whole scenario is actually set up in the future, where where it is assumed that the technology has improved enough for a settlement to be viable. So yeah, kids come up with a plan and they build a whole settlement within 24 hours of period. So that's the idea behind the competition. And on the left side, you can see these are some of the designs and plans which students came up with in the previous competitions. As you may all know, that gravity is essential for any life in space, for any effective settlement in space. So you need a rotating cylinder or a rotating tori to make that happen, to enable official artificial gravity, and that is what you see here. So this is a basically a donut which is rotating continuously, and it enables life in space. So this is a small glimpse of the competition. It is now spread over to three different steps. So the schools in India have to go through something called an Indian national rounds. Then they move towards the Asian semifinals, and then they finally go to the international competition, which happens at the Kennedy Space Center, NASA. So yeah,
I would like
coming
to interrupt coming to the competition. I'm sorry,
yeah.
Gaurav. But then, because of the current pandemic, the international finals were hosted virtually because we could not have all of the students traveling from across the world. So even during such tough situations, the competition did happen and with full force. All of the students throughout the world had a great time, and they were all given their certificates, and everything happened on time as it happens every year. And even during right now, like the current situation when the schools are not able to reopen, we are running the Indian nationals online. What a takeover.
Okay, so another big part of Atlantis is Think Robotics. So Think Robotics is a rapid prototyping company which focuses on 3D printing, PCB manufacturing, PCB development, and electronic component sourcing. So we have a team of electronics and computer engineers who are trained really well in the specific fields and can basically turn your products into market viable, turn your ideas into market viable products. So these are the few of our services which we provide. First is PCB design and layout. Any design which you have, any prototype or any project you're working on can be converted into a PCB. We do all of that in house. We also offer world class 3D printing. We are actually currently the biggest 3D printing supplier, 3D printing service supplier in India, and with about 10 different 3D printers. So we have signed up exclusive licenses with many of our partners. One of these licenses are Auto. Auto DIY is a company based out of Czech Republic. They focus on robotics for school grade kids, and these are the three major products which they have. And these are the products which will be exclusively available on our website thinkrobotics.in. So another big focus of Think Robotics is that we enable all of these services which we offer over the internet. So you don't really have to visit us and talk to us in person, and you don't really have to be connected or be in the same city. But still, it is possible to actually get your products out. So these are few of our clients. We have constantly worked with ISRO and Boeing, and recently we have also, we had a tie-up with Hyundai. We are also working with many educational and engineering colleges all over India for their robotics and IoT curriculums and labs. Pallavi, do you want to take
Yes.
over?
Yeah. So when we started getting a lot of queries from all over Indian schools and the principals, where parents were standing outside their rooms asking their children to be taken to NASA for educational programs, we decided to start working with Johnson Space Center Houston. After 4 years of rapid programs with them, we decided that we need to have another company in Kennedy Space Center wherein we design our robotics and rocketry curriculums for school students, and that's when Space Trek came into existence. It was back in 2013. Space Trek is a company wherein we design, develop, and run educational programs for students across the globe. And we have had more than 20 countries participate in Space Trek programs since its inception. And Space Tech has three different kinds of programs, which is one is Mission Robotics. Mission Robotics mainly engages students into a 3-day or a 5-day robotics program, wherein students design their own robots, which are 3D printed in our own labs, and followed by programming their robots, and then they are supposed to be launching it on a mock lunar surface. When they launch their robots on mock lunar surface, they basically have a camera attached to the robot through which they have to accomplish their assigned missions. Next slide, please. Then we have rocketry program. In robotics program, we have had top schools from India participate, like Doon School, Dehradun. We have Welham Girls, Dehradun, Welham Boys, and then we have Lawrence School, Sanal, Lawrence School from Lovedale, South India. Then we have Velamal Vidya Ashram, chain of schools. Then we have Greenwood High. Coming on to rocketry program. Rocketry program is again a 3-day program wherein students design their own rockets, they launch it, and it has quantum physics related to it, for which Gaurav can give more details about. Gaurav.
So yeah, coming back to the rocketry program, this is a program primarily designed to teach high school students how an actual rocket, basic sciences behind the rocket space technology and rocket science works. So we do that with the help of a water rocket, and water rocket which is obviously powered by water and air pressure. It's not just a water rocket as a toy, but also as an educational tool, because it has an onboard computer and can record various sorts of parameters, which later can be taken by the students and be run on the student's computer, and they can make various analysis on them. So we also try to create a physics aspect towards this, and we try to relate the whole rocketry program to Einstein's general relativity. So many of you teachers might know that there is a very minute difference in time when something is in motion and when something is still. So we try to teach that to kids and go to even more advanced topics. Yeah, Pallavi, go ahead.
Yeah. So coming on to the Near Space Investigation Program. This is the third program wherein it is a 5-day, 4-day or a 5-day program. And in this program, the students design their own weather balloon payload, which goes up to 1 lakh feet high in the sky. And it has a camera attached to it through which we see the Earth's atmosphere, we note down the temperature readings and other things. In this weather balloon program, we do not divide students into different teams as we do into robotics and rocketry, but the students work in a team of group, like they work as a group, and we have safety engineer, we have marketing people, then we have design and payload people. So they are divided into different groups doing their assigned jobs. And this program again is of a 4-day. Coming on to the next slide, Gaurav. These are some pictures of what students are doing. Can you go back to the previous slide? Yeah. So these are different pictures that students are found doing while they are working on this program. They have a systems check, then they have payload subsystem, then we have successful payload when it's done, and then we try and retrieve the payload as well. Next slide. After we designed all of the robotics program and international travel programs, we decided that all of the students across the country cannot afford to go to the US, but they still have the right to have different kind of science and technology classes at school. So this is when we came up with programs called Quantum Discovery Workshop. We came up with AstroTrek. We came up with SciTrek series. In Quantum Discovery Workshop, what we do is we basically take a hell lot of equipment. We go to the school campuses and run different kind of educational programs. In this, we do all science activities, which are the ones that you read in your textbooks. They are done practically in school, and all of them are done with equipments in hand. So these are do-it-yourself activities. We teach them how to do it, and then the students are given the equipments, and then they do it on their own. This is a 3 to 4 hour workshop, and we have a series of it. So we have annual curriculums under this program. Then we have 3 hours workshop. We have 6 hours workshop. Can we go to the next slide? Yeah. Coming on to AstroTrek. This is basically a science and astronomy adventure camp wherein students even have a science enrichment and personal development activities. Here we take them to Himalayas in India, and we run a program with a team of educators who are astronomy enthusiasts and science enthusiasts who run this program for students. And for this program, we have had students come in from Pakistan, China, and Nepal, apart from India, of course. Next slide, please. So these are different adventure activities that students do apart from the science activities that we do. We do overnight astronomies, we do astrophotography, then we have solar astronomy during the day, and other science activities like optics and lenses. Next slide, magnetism, and many more. Next slide, please. So these are the different places where we have been featured, including the Bloomberg University Squint. Then we have India Today, Education Times, Forbes, BBC News, and one that I can't see, the Times of India. Gaurav, we can even talk a little more about the competition, if you can brief them, being an alumni.
Yeah, so to start off, I think we can first check out the video. We have a video, a small teaser from last time. So let me just share that. Just a second. So yeah, that was a small video which we had made this year. So yeah, about the competition again, this is students actually start off with designing while receiving an RFP, and when they receive an RFP, they start working on a proposal. A proposal is primarily a 40 pages document. And what is an RFP? RFP is a request for proposal, and it basically has the requirements for the settlement. And there are many different kinds of settlements which ARSCDC presents to the students. So this time the competition is actually going to happen right about next week on the 5th of December. They will be working on a tourist settlement which will be moving between Earth and Mars, and they have to design a whole settlement where which will incorporate about 15,000 residents, and has different different buildings and different sort of age groups, different even kids, and different sort of marital status, like all sort of different humans are living together in a city of 15,000 people. So you guys can imagine how it works, and how a 15,000 settlement, 15,000 big city works. What are the requirements of the city? The city needs electricity, the city needs food, the city needs waste management, the city needs buildings and all of that stuff. So the whole competition is actually divided into 4 different departments. That's the structures, operations, automations, and human factors. And the company is divided. So yeah, when students come win the qualifying round and actually come to the regional finals or the semifinals, what happens is these kids are grouped into 5 companies, which you would have seen in the video. These are 5 mock aerospace companies, and they are simulated and put into a scenario where it's treated as a real company with a CEO, a president, vice president, and all of these positions. So all the positions are covered by students except the CEO positions. The CEO positions are usually covered by engineers from Boeing, NASA, Lockheed Martin, and bigger, SpaceX, all space organizations all around the world. And so yeah, when they're then with regional competition, they have to build a settlement within 24 hours. And after they build a settlement, they present the idea, and the best idea wins the competition. So I participated in this competition in 2015, and we were good enough to actually clear for the international competition. So we didn't win there, but it was a great experience nevertheless. But yeah, I'm open to questions if you guys have any questions.
There were quite a few questions, and I have addressed them in the question and answer box. But if there is anybody who wants to ask a question verbally, they're most welcome.
Do we have time for question and answers?
Yes, we have for like 5 minutes.
Okay, so are there any questions from the audience? The competition is a huge topic to cover, so I can keep talking about it for hours and hours to go. So it'll be really helpful if the questions are more restricted, and I know what to answer them. Okay, so I can see someone has asked about how is it different from NSS. So NSS space settlement is actually now a chapter of NSS. So NSS is the National Space Society, actually sponsors ARSCDC, and ARSCDC comes, that's SSDC, sorry, International Space Settlement Design Competition. SSDC also incorporates ARSCDC, and yeah, so NSS actually helps the competition, and we now co-run the Space Settlement Summit as well in Houston.
Okay, so I would like to address a question which has been asked multiple times, which is how large is the average team? So we can have teams up to 12 students per team, but not more than that. And the minimum that we recommend is 8. If you go lower than 8, then what happens is you have less number of students working in the group. And when you are designing a city, you need people who are from arts background because they know how to design. You need people from finance or math background because they know how the finances work. Then you need somebody who can write content. So basically a content developer. Then you need a 3D animator who can, do all the 3D designing for you. Then you need science people, physics, engineering, so that, they can do all the engineering for you. So the more the merrier, as we say. So 12 at the max and 8 minimum.
So I think we have less time, so I'm going to rush through. How exactly do you sign up for these competitions? So the best way to sign up is to look up our website. It's arssdc.in, .org, sorry, .org. So it's arssdc.org. So you
I can
can,
even write it in the chat box just so that everyone can copy
yeah.
it from there.
So Pallavi is going to drop that in the chat box, and you can pick it up from there. So how much in advance do we need to register? Pallavi, do you want to take that over?
Yep. So our registrations every year open somewhere towards mid of April, and we close our registrations usually by end of September or early October. But this time, because we were planning to do it virtual, we extended it until the first week of November, and that's when the students are supposed to submit their qualifying round proposals. And this year's registration have been closed, and because we are very close to our virtual competition of internationals, and you can only participate next year. Second question within that question is, do you train? We had never organized any trainings before, but this year we have, and we plan to do that the next year as well. So it is now going to be an annual feature wherein we do online training. We will definitely not be doing trainings personally, but we do virtual trainings now. Who makes the team? It has to be a child who volunteers to be the team mentor, or it can be a teacher. In most of the schools, like 90% of our schools who have been participating there, we have always had a teacher who makes their team. We tell you, if you follow our website, you will find all of the information on how to make a team, what your ideal team size should look like, and what your ideal team members should look like. And then what skill sets are required? As I said earlier, we need people from all of the backgrounds, be it science, chemistry, science, commerce, or arts. We need students from all backgrounds.
Okay, just to add on to Pallavi's point here. So,
Mhm.
space settlement might seem a very complicated topic, but very technically speaking, I started participating in 11th grade, and I've seen kids participate even they're doing absolutely fine being in 8th grade. This time, the youngest participant was what, 11 years
Sixth
old?
grade. Sixth grade, yeah. He
Yeah,
was from
so
Iran.
he was from Iran, and the youngest participant was actually in 6th grade. So the math and science which we learn in 8th grade, and more, make it a little more comfortable for the students, 10th grade is more than enough to excel at this competition. You don't need anything more than that. In fact, the basic science is covered.
Gaurav was a little overage to participate,
Yeah.
as he says.
So I was a little too late to participate, little overaged. But yeah, kids, the science and math which the teachers teach in India is more than enough to clear this competition quite easily. Okay, so next question
Can
is,
college students take
yeah.
part? No,
No.
it is only for students from 14 years to 18 years of age. But now we have reduced it to 12 years to 18 years of age, because 12 year students are doing wonderful at the competition because they have really open mind, and they're ready to change, they accept the changes. The senior students don't really accept changes. Coming on, okay, so there are no more questions now. I guess we are running out of time, Devika. Is that so?
Exactly at the time to finish. So if
Yeah.
any final words from both of you would suffice.
There are two students who still have questions. Can we answer that?
Sure,
And then,
sure, sure.
okay. So we're taking last two questions now. Gaurav, the first one is for you.
Okay, how do you build a prototype, or is it just a research and a presentation?
Oh.
Okay, so you don't really have to build a prototype, because building a prototype of a settlement is practically not possible because it's too expensive. So you have to come up with a document, and as well, if you're in a live competition, you will have to present your your research over a period
Presentation,
of
yeah.
24 hours, and then you get 45 minutes to present your idea. Based on both the documents, you are judged, and decisions granted. Okay, what
Okay,
is
what
the
is the
fees?
fee? So fees depends on each competition. If you're coming for an Indian round, the fees will be a little lesser. If you're coming for the Asian round, it will be a little on a higher side. And if you are going for the international finals to the US, then you have no fees. You just have to sponsor your own travel to the US. Once when you are in the US, your accommodation, food, and your transportation within from the hotel to the Kennedy Space Center and back is on the competition. But usually the fees for live competitions in India for both the rounds varies between 15,000 rupees to 21,000 rupees per person. And that involves accommodation for 4 nights and 5 days, and the competition fees and your meals and everything. So basically, once when you get to the competition venue, your entire expenses are on us, apart from your personal snacking and shopping. So it usually varies from 15,000 rupees to 21,000 rupees. Yuvraj, I think your question was answered, or do you still have a confusion? But will it be in person or online? It is going to be an online competition this year. I guess we were able to answer all of the questions, guys. And next year, if the pandemic continues, then it is definitely going to be online. But otherwise, we are hoping it to be in person, live competition that we love to host. Every year, we have about 300 to 350 students participate in this competition who actually get to the Indian nationals and the Asian semifinals. But otherwise, we have more than 50 teams from all over India to participate in the qualifying round. And about 25 teams get selected for each level. That'll be all, guys. We have mentioned our website information here. We will even give you our email ID. So if you have any concern, Devika, are we allowed to mention our email IDs here?
Yes, sure.
Perfect. So I will mention mine and Gaurav's email ID so that if you guys have any concerns related to any of our programs, we will love to answer that for you guys. Thank you so much, Devika, for hosting us. Gaurav, if you would want to give him the closing line.
Thank you for the opportunity. This was quite nice.
Yeah, and we had a wonderful audience.
Yes, I mean, the questions were so engaging. The talk from both of you was so engaging. It was so much learning for me also. So thank you so much, Gaurav and Pallavi. I'm sure we look forward to many such more profile building sessions in the future. And I'm sure these two will report.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for
Bye-bye.
being a wonderful audience.